Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Nasdaq price prediction and SPX as well. This is an intraday video where we're gonna dive deeper a little bit with the Elliott wave possibilities and targets, of course, for the next price action. So basically, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Currently, we're still looking for a potential finished or unfinished wave 5. And now here is the question. If we still have one more leg toward the upside to hit this blue zone as expected, which I would like to see, of course, as a wave 5, it is the main targets for a wave 5, or the perfect targets for a wave 5 in leading diagonal. So if this is happening, now what are the possibilities? Basically, we saw an impulse, right? Finished a wave A, finishing wave B. Now we have 1, 2, 3. Your wave 4 has invalidated this impulse. And that means it has transformed this to 3 waves toward the upside. Now, it brings to me something interesting here. What if we have an ending diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5? And that means, of course, an A, a B, and a C. Wave C finishing in zigzag for wave 1, correction, zigzag for wave 3, correction, zigzag for wave 5, finishing exactly inside this blue box. And this is, of course, the highest possibility right now because, of course, of the invalidation of this impulse. And basically, I'm looking right now a little bit for higher to take the all-time high. Let me arrange here what I'm looking at. So basically, I'm just going to delete it, all of it, and redraw it. Here we go. Basically, with it 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Here we go. So basically, this is a leading or ending diagonal that it might be unfolding in this case. Looking at a wave 2 finished, we're looking for a wave 3, 4, and a 5. And this is a very nice ending, by the way, because, this is the end of the wave 1. And this might be as well the signal, right? It is a very high, and that's why it's called ending diagonal, right? It's ending a structure. And therefore, I'm looking for this scenario right now to see it unfolding in the following path: 3, 4, and a 5. So we're gonna see how this is going to unfold step by step, guys. But basically, this is what I would like to see. If this happened, that would be a perfection again for this scenario as a leading diagonal finishing in an ending diagonal. All right, so if we take a look as well at the SPX, for the SPX, great. So exactly, well, the SPX is working much better than a Nasdaq right now because it's still working perfectly with the shape and the path that we are drawing so far. Of course, we're gonna see if this is gonna also transform to something like ending diagonal. It is very also possible. We finished a wave B, we're moving for higher, again, blue box to be hit. And obviously that they are aligning, by the way, together. And I think Nasdaq moved toward the downside. The move of it, of course, it has realigned with SPX, if you have realized right now. And of course, we are looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So yeah, they are aligning together to finish, of course, the final wave toward the upside. So I would say there is nothing more perfect than this, right? We're gonna see how this is going to unfold. Oh my god, I'm trying to always get this one. Here we go. Successful, finally. So this is the scenarios right now. Let's take a look a little bit at the indicators. What do they say? So for the indicators, we have, of course, here, let me check and clean up. Okay, so for the RSI, we are already in the overbought area, right? So we have to be careful. Sooner or later, one more impulse can already bring us back down. Yeah. For the RSI, for the MACD, we see a bearish cross. However, it's not necessarily that it worked. It's not necessarily, but high possibility that it works. Why? Because we see, of course, divergence here, right? We see a divergence, meaning it still can grind slowly toward the upside, okay, with this divergence. But we have to be careful with it because we have a bearish cross. Yes, this is for the SPX. If we take a look also for Nasdaq on the indicators, let me also clean up this. For the indicators, well, yeah, actually Nasdaq, it has relaxed a little bit, the indicator, and actually it shows a bullish divergence here, where potentially it's not divergence actually. I mean, it is an exhaustion, all right, for this divergence in this sideways, but it might mean, of course, we're still looking for higher. We see a bullish cross soon, and it might, of course, unfold this move toward the upside. So it's not bad at all. This is what we are expecting as per Elliott wave, and yeah, we're gonna see how this is going to work. However, in a bigger view, guys, again, I'm not really interested with this. I mean, I know we can hit the blue box, but maybe it is riskier because you know, we are at the end of it, you know, so you don't know when the shape ends up and how it ends up. So it might start, of course, soon or later, and higher potential for a wave 2 is coming soon, and that means, of course, in a bullish scenario, you would like to see a move toward the downside for a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This is a bullish scenario. So basically, I would still like to see this wave 2 after, of course, finishing this blue box. In case we are bearish to finish this as ABC, don't forget that this can transform to 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, also ending diagonal, which it can be a wave C. So we have to be careful with it. And by the way, if we take 1-to-1 fib level where it projects, okay, we don't want to hit the 1-to-1 fib level, guys. I'm gonna keep it there. We don't want to hit this level, because if we hit it, it gives higher possibility that you are in a wave C. Okay, so if we move higher, that is not good, you know. And then we have to give it a wave C potential, and then we might move toward the downside. Yeah, so this is very critical. You don't want to see this, right? The 20K 750. All right, so that was it for Nasdaq and SPX. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.